thought you worked in TV.
It was nice meeting y'all.
Oh, you really leaving?
Okay, bye.
I don't even know how to go live on Facebook anymore.
That's crazy. Act like you're making a post and go from
Figure
there.
it out, guys. I'm gonna figure it out.
He said talk.
Oh, okay. I know we was at that part. What's good, y'all? Yours truly here, DJ Knots, tapping in for what guarantees to be a special edition of Pause for Pause podcast, alongside my partner in crime, the one and only.
Swell, y'all, with a thrill, professional shit talk extraordinaire, love of the people, culture, and everything about it. Here. What up? Chilling. Brandon, kill our music, bro. I feel like a stand-up comedian right now.
Got a laugh track going? Cut the music. Let me know when he cuts it so I can keep talking. Because, I need to be heard. I need the people to feel what I got to say.
What I got to say here.
You know?
And in this salsa.
Brandon over there dancing.
What is he playing? Some Kanye?
Some fucking some Afro beats.
Oh no, wait, that's me. Oh shoot.
Oh my God.
So we up now. I was just testing y'all, see if y'all paying attention. Like I said, all
right.
Court's here.
Yeah, I'm here.
You was about to say something.
No, I'm just ad-libbing everything.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, it's what we do. We got another special guest, a return guest.
Oh.
The one, friend of the show, friend and fam, one of Atlanta's most talented DJs, and probably I would go top 15 political pundits.
Whoa.
Oh.
Inside the perimeter. I mean, it's a concentrated group of people.
Man. Communication capital.
Welcome back, Stackanova.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all back. I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good, actually. Can't complain.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, bro. No, seriously. Real quick, talk to the people and introduce yourselves to those who don't remember the last time you were here and almost got us shut down. But in a good way.
Oh, that time.
Stack. You know what I'm saying? DJ been out here in Atlanta since 2005. No, not since like probably 2009. And
sorry about that.
With the wave cap.
Y'all crazy.
Just trying to do my best out here. Just trying to stay afloat. Just trying to stay afloat though.
Can we shout out the alum?
The alum.
CA.
Which one?
CAU.
Yes, of course. Also, I did spend some time at Georgia State, so I can't leave them Panthers out too. It's all Panthers though. Either way, Panther pride. Either way.
I see what you did there.
Georgia State.
They did it on purpose. It was planned out that way.
Yep.
Panthers over the Patriots every time. So anyway,
wow.
We here for it, man. Let's get right to it. Y'all want to share anything interesting that happened over the weekend, or y'all want to get to the shits? Because
no, man.
All right, that's
I
try to make us personable and not just
how was
talking
your
heads.
weekend?
Thank
how
you,
was
bro,
your weekend?
nobody ever asked me that.
I got you.
You know what I'm
how
saying?
was your weekend?
It was a very
ready.
I'm ready. Listen,
go.
It was a very chill weekend for me. Like I said, it was my daughter's birthday. Happy belated once again.
Happy belated.
I didn't get to see it all because she grown.
Is her first birthday or?
No, she's 23.
She got a 1 year old. She got it. Hey, cut the tape.
My age bracket.
Cut the cat. That's what it is. So no, like I said, she has her own full motion going on and everything like that. So I kind of felt the way. I told her though, but we hang out a lot, so I had to let her rock and enjoy that type of thing. But other than that, I was just out supporting people. I didn't have to spin after burn on Thursday, so I had the weekend off. So I was just out supporting people. I got to go to Controllerize last Monday, not yesterday, but the week before. So I hadn't been there in a minute. So shout out to that team, Empress Ra.
Tell us a little bit about Controllerize.
Yes, let me speak for them because it's my pride. So Controllerize has been going on in Atlanta, I'd say since 2018, and they built it up. Stolen Drums, Empress Ra. They got a whole dynamic team over there. They recently, for me, moved to a new location. They are at Best End Brewing now, and just when you walk in there, it's just hip hop, it's just culture, it's just energy on a Monday night, right? So they have a DJ on the couch. That couch is something special. They have video games going on one side. They got people highlighting their beats outside on the patio. what am I forgetting? They got art being drawn and all types of stuff going on. So yeah, shout out to them, man.
What is this?
At Controller Rise. This is
Or is it an
every
event?
it's a weekly event that they do. It's like a
Same
mini
location.
it's like a mini festival
In the same location.
in the same location every Monday. I think we've talked about this before. But anyway, every
I
Monday.
don't
Figure out
recall
why
it.
is that like not like a known thing? Why is that like a
Oh no, it's very known.
It
You
is?
talking about
Yeah.
200,
So I'm
300
just-
people
I'm
every
just
week.
out the loop. Okay,
Just a little
gotcha.
bit. Just a little bit. Just a little
Told
bit.
him myself.
But now we can plan a visit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I said, it's every Monday. I think it starts at 7 o'clock. It's a great time.
I know they play some good Drake in there.
Oh, they probably do. They do. Yeah, because last week it was Jerry Avalon was DJing, Sean Fallion was DJing, Stolen
Sean
Jones was
Fallion,
DJing.
Word, yep.
So it was definitely a whole vibe, man. Each week they have different rotating DJs. It's definitely something I can put my stamp on. You will have a good time. You will feel safe.
Monday night.
Every Monday night. And it's
on a
okay.
party on a Monday.
Because it's Atlanta, bro. What do you mean? It's Atlanta.
Monday through Monday.
Yo, you know the funny part about it? I remember the time in Atlanta where you were hard pressed to find something to do on a Wednesday. Now Wednesdays in Atlanta be one of the most up nights.
Yeah, that's a fact.
There's like 4 or 5 different events going on.
All Thursday now too.
Bro.
Shit.
Yeah,
As
it's
soon as
crazy.
they made it $20 hookah, Thursdays went up.
That was the key.
That
Changed everything.
what? That's all they needed.
Changed everything.
But yeah, that was one of the most interesting things that took place. Me getting actually chilling. You know, like I said, I like supporting us when I have a chance to.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, anybody else want to share what they did or did not do?
That's about a storm.
I had a relatively quiet weekend. Saturday, I did go to the Atlanta Tattoo Festival or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
How'd that go?
It was good. It was nice.
No, like how did they go? Literally, like they had people just tattooing.
I mean, basically, yeah, that's what it was. You could come, you could buy, pause. You could buy,
That's me, my bad.
Trying to kill me.
different earrings, piercings, stuff like that. You can get tattoos. They had different tattoo artists there. I got a little something. So my son, I didn't have that. I have it for my daughter, so I got that for my son.
Okay.
Then I got Stack City one here, but it still got the second skin on
Yeah.
it, so y'all can't see that. But
That's dope.
no, just got
Was it
cool.
deals getting thrown or was it like?
Oh, the deals was getting though.
Oh, right.
It was $20 to get in too, so it was
Shit,
worth it.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a good time with that, and then Sunday I just took it easy.
Yeah.
Just took it easy.
God, I love
How you
taking
find
it
out
easy.
about that? Another tattoo. I just don't know about shit.
Facebook, Facebook,
Billboards.
Facebook just does a good job of just
Finna download the Eventbrite app.
it let me know what was going on.
Sorry.
Algorithm.
So you got 2 tattoos,
Uh,
new tattoos, I should say.
well, yeah. So I got this one in Cape Town, South Africa, but they redid this one, and then this was new, and then this was new. So,
Which part hurt the most? The
and then I
lower
got this when I was locked up, so I got 4, 5. Yeah, 5 now.
That's what's up, man.
I guess.
Cause I saw I saw it when you posted.
I.
You was like, yo, tattoos hurt.
They hurt. Yeah, that's what I was getting. I was literally getting.
While you was doing it?
during the time, I was like, damn, forgot. It's been a while because it's been 2014. Then I got another one 2022, and then now it'd be a while
Yeah.
between. So
So
I'd be forgetting.
This shit sucks.
Yeah,
Which part hurt the
this
most?
is not fun.
Which
Right.
part hurt the most on the sleeve?
Exactly.
You heard me?
Oh, that was a question.
Yeah. Which part hurt the most on your sleeve?
Oh, definitely.
The lower wrist, right?
definitely the top, and yeah, this whole area, both of these.
Yeah, this is that's the most painful.
Look at Brandon trying to zoom in. Go ahead, B. I
You
see
don't
you
get put, you don't get
networking.
put to sleep.
Hmm?
You don't get anesthesia and get your whole.
For a tattoo?
Yeah.
Not that deep. Now you know
Yes,
somebody
not
died
that
like
deep.
that. No funny shit.
If you got the anesthesia, you wasn't there.
Somebody recently just died.
You wasn't there.
An influencer did
You
that.
wasn't
Did he?
there
To
bro.
finish a
Yeah,
back tattoo, he
exactly.
passed away.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's crazy.
That shit, yeah. Getting put on anesthesia for
Yeah.
the tattoo.
You get the whole.
No pain, no
chest,
gain.
sleeve,
No
all
pain, no gain.
Not that deep. I'm good.
No.
So wait, you serious about this?
What? Look it up. Dead ass.
Look up. I thought you knew the person's name. That's why. I was
Oh
gonna
no,
say.
I don't know that person.
So all I was gonna say was, they did all this for content, died from it, and we still don't know who they are.
I mean, it went viral. Technically,
Well, we don't know who they
It's
are.
not gonna help
I
them.
mean, it was all
Yo.
over Twitter type. It was all over the
Twitter,
blogs
yeah.
and shit
I
like
could
that.
believe
Yeah,
it. I know
Okay.
he was an
thing.
influencer, like a car influencer.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Like he
Oh,
drove
wow.
like
May
flowing
he
cars
rest
and
in
shit.
peace.
Yeah,
That's
did a back
interesting.
tattoo and got put on anesthesia. It's
Not
never
you
that
got it.
bad.
You got to get a tattoo. What you get?
I don't know, bro. I made it 46.75 years without tattoo.
Man, go ball and put it in
At
your
40,
head.
what? For point what?
I'll be 47 in 2 weeks.
That'd
Wow.
be dope.
First of all,
Congratulations, bro.
first of all,
Please,
That should be fire.
thank you, bro. Yeah,
Hey,
What?
clap it up for him.
yeah.
36?
Who?
No, I thought you said you turning 36.
Oh no,
At one time.
way past. I'm way past that. 56
At some point.
But no, I seriously, I don't have anything
Desire?
I'm committed to that I want tatted on me. You know what I mean? So,
Your daughter's name.
but that, yeah,
I feel you.
It's up to you.
yeah,
Don't let nobody bully you. These tattoo people, man, they will bully
they
you.
horrible, right?
They will bully you.
Just tattoo her nickname.
Honestly,
then
my
you gotta
first
explain it.
one, I wasn't even thinking about getting the tat.
Mm.
It was just
Boredom.
The dumbest tattoo though is
You doing
get your
something?
name. I hate
definitely
that.
bored.
Like, yo, who's John? That's me. Look, that's stupid.
The
Why
Baptist.
would you
the
tattoo
Baptist.
your name on you?
Why not?
Anybody got their name tattooed on them, I apologize if you feel hurt.
Nah, you been
Anybody
canceled,
who
bro. Don't worry
got their
about it.
name
Don't worry about it.
tatted.
But I mean it.
I'm tattooing
That's stupid.
I'm tattooing my whole name, mom.
So y'all don't got no tat.
Not yet.
Who's William?
Not yet. Okay.
What you got planned?
I was gonna put.
Turn
I
you
wasn't.
up.
I'm lying.
It said
That's not
pause
true,
for
though.
applause.
I don't know.
Pause
Honestly,
for
though,
applause.
I do want to put something on. I just got to figure out what the significant thing is I would like to
Okay.
put on it. I'm not.
I have
gonna
a
be
lot
like,
of respect.
Why did I do this?
I have a lot of respect for the people that do put the thought
Some
in.
thought into
So I'll be honest, like it's
Winging it.
very impulsive, very very impulsive. But no, my kids, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously it's
yeah.
easy. You know,
I'm
I
not gonna regret your kids on your
definitely
yeah.
some memorials, stuff
Kids
like
is good.
that.
Yeah,
You know,
stuff
but
like
it's
that.
just
Just not
when the
your name.
time comes.
No man, yo, just because Cole's doing that, I'm putting my name on.
Cool. You putting your name on
Don't
you?
be that guy, man. Huh?
You putting your name on you?
I just said I'm an advocate.
I understand
against
that.
it.
I understand that. But
You gotta get a ball in this life tat.
That's way too obvious. That's way too obvious.
MOB,
Way too
the
obvious.
MOB.
You gotta be. See, when you get them type of tattoos, you gotta be in the NBA because you get clowned around niggas like me. Like,
Hey,
yo,
remember
look at this door.
what's my man who had all the emojis on his
Mike Scott. Yeah,
Oh.
he's a bucket though. Don't
Yeah.
do him like that.
No,
Yeah, Mike, I mean, what's in the league?
Yeah, he was
Mike
in the league.
Scott was
He can
nice
hoop,
for me.
but
Yeah,
now he
Yeah.
has a bunch of emojis all over his.
yeah. You got. You know what that means.
you know, one of the reasons why I never
Shout out
got
Adam
one.
Silver.
What?
My father told me years ago, don't
Yep.
put any distinguishing marks on you, just in case.
God damn, what your daddy do?
Just in
Nothing,
case.
just in
what?
case.
Just in case. What?
Just in
I
case.
know your dad was a kingpin.
Just in case.
Yeah,
He's a
I mean,
Black
I get
Panther.
it. I mean,
But-
that is true though. You know,
Fact.
when
You
I
know what I
went
mean?
in, I went in to the corrections facility
Yeah.
with no tattoos.
Mm.
When I left, they made sure to take an inventory of any
Mhm.
tattoos that I had.
Really?
Yeah.
Took
Yeah.
pictures
Factory.
and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Wow.
do that. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
pictures, but
Tag
just
forever.
description.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
Because I did catch one clip with your boy Casanova. And he was talking about the cars you got to drive. I don't want to go there.
He's
You know
an
what?
idiot.
We gotta,
Isn't he locked up now?
he's in
Isn't
Fed.
he?
They
Yeah,
were
so I thought, he played himself.
yeah, Wallow and what you call it? And Gilly were talking to him.
Free cast.
FaceTime. You know what I mean? So he was just talking about how everything moves different in the feds versus
Yeah.
other prisons. So
There's thugging, there's fake thugging, and there's hustling. People go to jail for all three.
mm.
So
Never lie.
that's all I'm gonna
Mm.
say. It's just,
Hey, bro.
No,
I thought you was about to break it down. I was like,
I was gonna go deeper. I was like, I don't want nobody getting out trying to come after me.
Yeah.
Thank
You know
you.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In case plausible.
Fake thugging is the struggle one. I'm
That
like,
no, it's
bro,
definitely
bro, that's when you got to sit down and look at yourself.
That's the
like,
one when the hustlers look at him
damn.
like, damn, you couldn't even.
crashed out, huh?
Yeah. Oh wow. Damn, you had the public defender too. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the wild part about the fake one is he normally get the battery put in his back by somebody who is actually convict or hustler.
Usually it's a hustler. It's
Yeah.
actually the hustler that puts the battery in his
Hey,
back.
him right there.
Make him think
he
he's
a
a
problem.
thugging.
Yeah.
Right. And
He a
then
problem, bro.
he meets the guy that's actually thugging.
different.
Then he gets scared and he does some crazy shit.
You know what I say about bullies all the time, bro.
Ooh.
It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, when you a tough guy, you can't turn it off. You just got to be on 1,000,000% of the time.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, until you
Yeah.
grow up.
And then when you run into somebody that's really a tough guy, and you wasn't ready,
No pay. There's no payoff.
nah.
In modern times, there's no payoff. to be a tough guy.
So wait.
Oh, there's a payoff. They just none of them are
What
good. Yeah.
50 say? You could be the hardest, we just be the smartest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yep.
That's it.
Come on, Queens.
That's it.
You know.
Come on.
That's it.
So
know.
wait. my question. my question
hilarious.
in particular to that
Mhm.
though, does that still stand today because of how masculinity is viewed
Oh, look at
in
it.
America?
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
Segue.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
It's my exit.
It's been a topic lately.
Yeah.
That's bad.
I mean, masculinity and thugging, I don't equate the two
Okay.
personally.
Okay.
And I know that in our community, we do. You know what I mean? Like that's the only version of masculinity that we accept or know.
Yeah.
But that's actually what toxic masculinity is.
Mm.
If as a male, the only emotions that you're able to express are anger, then that's actually the real definition of toxic masculinity.
You agree with that part of it?
No, what I'm saying is, yeah, I do agree with that that definition, but
Yeah.
most people take it and switch it up, right?
Yeah.
Trying to protect a woman, right? They'll say you're infantilizing women.
In what?
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. Exactly.
Run that back.
I was on a flight to Boston from Atlanta.
Mm.
A nice white lady sat next to me.
Cleaned it up.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent timing.
Nice. She was a nice lady. I'm not gonna lie. She said she lives on the west side of ATL now, you know, West Midtown, but y'all know what that used to be, right?
Yeah.
She does tours, city tours of Atlanta, tours all the neighborhoods, Beltline tours,
God.
this, that, and the other. She's originally from Massachusetts, Winchester, Mass, which is a super suburb of Boston. So I let her talk to me. She got on the plane. She was drunk. She was sitting in the middle. She just talked my ear off and was like talking about all the different ways that she sees me. And, you know, she's a liberal and she's fighting for our rights and this and that. And I waited towards the end of the flight to be like, you know, I kind of leaned probably a little bit more conservative than you. And then that's when the conversation really started. And she was like, yeah, well, you know, I can walk through my neighborhood safely and this and that. And I don't need a man to walk me home and this and that. And I was like, well, if I'm going out with any of my friends or family and it's a female, I'm going to make sure she gets home safe. And she was like, you know, but that's infantilizing women and this and that. And I'm like, yep, this is the bullshit.
You ain't asking what that meant?
I know exactly what it meant.
What's it mean? Because I don't know.
Infant.
Yeah.
Infantilizing.
Oh, okay.
You're making a woman out to be a baby because you're telling her that you want to walk her home.
Got you.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what's going on.
Wow.
That's not protecting her.
That's what's going exactly.
Treat someone as a child.
And it's cool. It's cool. White women can be like that because, and I have nothing against white women. Okay, but they have the privilege. Ready? Even though the liberals be against privilege, but the white women have the privilege of being able to talk about being infantilized. Meanwhile, the black liberal women are complaining about being unprotected
at the same time.
At the same damn time.
Interesting.
The same damn cops that protect that same white woman that's talking about being infantilized because you offered to walk her home is the same damn cops that don't give a damn about a black woman, and that's why people like DJ Knots and me have to walk them home and make sure they get to their car, etc.
That's facts.
Hey, good luck to you, sis.
Know, hey, she'll be all right. She'll be all right. She got the complexion for the protection.
That's a fact. What is that official definition?
You treat someone as a child or in a way which denies their maturity in age or experience.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be something fancier than that. Okay, no.
Infantile, you treat somebody like a kid.
Masculinity.
I say, what's it say?
I say masculinity as a social construct refers to the roles, behaviors, and attributes traditionally associated with men and boys in a given society, varying across cultures and time periods.
But okay, that's masculinity.
That's the definition.
That's toxic.
I knew what that is.
Toxic.
That's the definition of just masculinity.
Oh, okay. Toxic masculinity. Yeah,
it's not real.
It is a real definition, but the real definition has been distorted.
Yeah.
The real definition is that men are the only emotion that as men we're able to display is anger.
That's it.
Yeah.
Uncontrolled rage.
That's toxic masculinity, because really it's not that it does something bad to society, it does something bad to men. That's how it started. Initially, the first time somebody coined that phrase was more so being like, hey, how do you tell a little boy that he can't express any emotion other than anger?
That's toxic.
That's toxic.
That's where it came from.
That's where it came from.
Okay.
But then they took it and remixed it, kind of like DEI.
Imagine.
Anyway, we're not gonna go there.
Wait a minute. We can go there. So wait, let's stay right here with masculinity, because we know what it is, and you just both of y'all very well defined it. What can we do now? How do we? This sounds crazy. How do we take masculinity back?
Take it back.
I feel like a pause is necessary.
Man, masculinity doesn't, in my opinion, masculinity doesn't care about taking it back or who has it. It just is. You know, there's a certain level of stoicism, right? With just being masculine, where it's like, hey, regardless of what's going on around, I understand these specific objectives, and I'm going to commit to that and stick to that, and regardless of what's going on.
But that's what you're saying is healthy, though.
Absolutely.
Okay, I agree with you.
I mean, it may not be healthy. I'm not even gonna say it's unhealthy. It may not be acceptable to everybody, but to the people that rely on you, they're gonna appreciate you for being that way.
Come on, I need a pause for that.
That's hard. Let them cook.
Like you just need when I hear it, I just think like, listen, man. The fact that they're saying like it died, I don't know that it died. I think we've kind of lost a lot of morals, like in integrity and all of those other keywords that everybody loves to use. That is what defined a man. Like for me, when I was younger, when I looked at a man, it was somebody who took care of his family. It had nothing to do with you being tough. Like, and I think that's where it kind of got blurred. Is like, oh, he nice with his hands. That's a man. Nah, fam. It has nothing to do with that. I know Mr. Charlie who lived on my block, bro. He wouldn't bust a grape, but he took care of his kids. You know what I mean? He made sure he paid for his house when his lady car was broke and he fixed the car.
Which is tough.
Bro, that's the toughest dude, one of the toughest dudes ever.
And
you could not mess with his family.
Plenty of dudes with hands that can't take care of their family.
Hey, bro, you ain't tough to me. That's not masculinity to me.
Woo.
Tough is masculinity. That's not. I wouldn't say that.
Tough is tough. There's tough girls.
Hey,
that's.
I know soft. My mother is very feminine, but she's
masculinity
tough.
is not like one pronoun. It's not one action.
It's not one thing.
It's multiple
many
components.
many attributes
So being tough,
attached to it.
Being tough is part of masculinity. Absolutely. Men are supposed to be tough in certain situations, in certain moments, and have that body of them, but build in them. I think that depth of masculinity when such and such. Who was it? What's his name that did the interview?
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie.
Okay, yeah.
He said it was depth to masculinity, right?
Yeah, to the American male and
agreed. Yeah, to the American man.
Mainstream. Yes, I think that they're trying to abolish like masculinity within men.
So you think they're trying to just push it out based on just what they don't just the toxic parts of it or just in general?
In general.
How so?
Okay. I'm not against women's rights at all. I think women should have the right to vote. Women should have the right to do whatever they want to do. But the propaganda and behind the neo-feminism has conditioned certain women to a point where they even regret embracing it, right? So women who want to play a role inside the house, right, for their families have been hoodwinked to now feel like going out into the workforce is more noble and more important to their lives than taking care of their children and the man that they chose to be with for the rest of their life. That's toxic, right? And they blame it on the quote unquote patriarchy, right? That's the problem right there. So now you've turned men into the enemy to people who need men to compliment them. They don't need us to exist. They don't need us to be women. They don't need us for them to be women, but they do need us to compliment them as partners, because that's how society runs. That's how nature runs. Look at, in the animal kingdom, you don't see that rejection of the male female spectrum, right? Where they're complementing each other. Even if the male or female is more dominant, regardless, they're still complementing each other. It's only in humanity now, because of neo-feminism, that it's like, oh, yeah, I don't need a nigga. I don't need a man. That's goofy.
Neo-feminism.
That's goofy.
Don't let that go over your head.
Yeah, there's real feminism where it was about women's rights and I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I have nothing against women having the rights to do everything that a man can do. But once you try to make it seem like men and women are the same, you're doing women an injustice.
It's a little confusing now.
And that's why you have boys playing girl sports now.
Wait, we can't listen, bro.
Anyway, that's why people
one step at a time.
Hey, look, I'm just letting you know But that was the progression. That was the progression. And I remember when it happened, and I remember being like, yo, this is next.
When did it happen that you recognized it? What was the most memorable moment you was like, this ain't it?
Okay. Nothing against Obama. Nothing against the guy.
Shots fired.
But I remember the shift in rhetoric when his executive orders for gay rights came out. It kind of just changed the whole spectrum. It was the first time in my life that I felt like
there was an agenda started.
Being a man was bad.
Really? You felt that way?
Having a family was bad.
Wow.
Having a nuclear family. I mean, look at Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter was able to rise to
help people.
They rose to global notoriety
by helping people
with a mission statement. What you said, helping people.
Keep going.
Mission statement that literally stated that they wanted to decenter the nuclear family.
Now I remember where we left off last time.
Yes.
You forgot that.
No, I didn't forget that at all. I'm just remembering our conversation last time.
That's how when they ascended.
Yeah.
It was their mission statement was to decenter the nuclear family.
I remember, and I'm not even saying you're wrong, because I've seen the mission statement. I've seen it on the website. I remember when it became a point of focus.
Yeah, they had to change it.
It became a point of focus once they started. The rest of the world and different governments started recognizing their influence.
Yeah,
they were like, "Oh wait, this is what they're talking about." Never mind all of the righteous movements they had started, the way they were helping people, the way they were trying to fight for the everyday person, right? It's when it started making a difference. That's when the problem.
Who was behind?
See, this is the problem. See, this is what we're doing.
No, I'm just asking a question. Who is behind Black Lives Matter?
We know where the money came from. I understand where you're going to.
I can't say it. Where did it come from?
I'm not saying nothing. All I'm saying
Why won't you say it?
Why won't you say it?
His name is George Soros.
Yep.
He's not a good person.
I mean, he's not.
Sorry, he's not a good person. And I know that there's another person who we think is not a good person pulled the Black Lives Matter tax records.
Okay.
Did y'all see that?
I didn't see that. Say more.
There was a sister from New York City
on properties and all that good stuff.
No, wait, let me finish.
There's a sister from There's a sister from New York City.
Yeah.
By the name of Candace Owens, who literally pulled their filed tax documents.
Yeah, I saw that.
And all that money that was raised. You saw that?
I did see that part.
Oh, you saw how the money went to
it wasn't all the money, but it was an unfair amount.
Was it the majority of the money?
That's a great terminology.
It was more than 50%.
It was more than 60%?
Can I ask a question over?
It was more than 60%.
I'm big on I love debates. I love when people speak.
It's not a debate. It's just like, come on, don't stop playing with our people.
I like
that's
people
really what it is.
Are voicing their opinion, strongly opinion. I just want people to be able to understand what point you're making. I'm not trying to be funny when I say that.
Yeah.
But can you let the people know what the point you're making? But why you say everything that you're saying?
Yes, I would love.
I call it landing your plane.
I would love that. I would love to land my plane. I appreciate that.
So people understand. You know what I mean?
All right.
Can I get my layup?
All right. Enough of that.
Hey, I got the steal. Can I get that outlet? Can I make my layup? Candace Owens pulled Black Lives Matter business tax return, the 990,
right,
and found out that the majority of that money went to benefit trans organizations to buy mansions. It did not go to George Floyd. As a matter of fact, George Floyd's roommates met with Candace Owens and said, hey, his car is still here. His back rent we had to pay. And Black Lives Matter didn't give us a dime. Candace Owens herself out of her pocket had to pay to get his car towed from the house.
Had to. All right, go ahead. It's propaganda already.
I know that, right?
The car was the immobile car was sitting in the lot. She came to their house years after.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm not lying to you.
No, I'm not saying you are.
She came years after, and his car was still sitting in that driveway, immobile. And the people that was living with him and said, hey, his family never reached out to me. And her family also, and his family, George Floyd's family, also said, hey, we didn't get shit either. They raised millions of dollars on the faces of terrorized Black men and boys, and none of that money went to their families. That's absolutely despicable. And at the same time, our people, we get more outraged over lesser things if they come from a different side of the aisle.
That's a fact.
But when it comes from their side of the aisle, they have nothing to say, and that's why all the blue cities are screwed up. But anyway, I'm gonna
Wait.
No, you can't run like that.
The plane.
Yeah, what point are you making?
Chill.
What
My
point you
point
making?
was made. My point was made.
No.
George Soros
We
funded
started
an
at
organization.
masculinity,
George Soros funded an organization.
Mm-hmm.
He hired a bunch of black female lesbians who were married to trans men, I guess you call them.
Mm-hmm.
Not
That
all of
took-
them were, but
The
there was
main
more
one-
than
the
one.
main
There was more
one-
than
the
one.
main
That was
one-
more than
the
one.
main one.
That was the main.
The main one.
But I want to be
They took
accurate
the
when we say
money
stuff
and
like
they
that.
took the money and gave it all to trans organizations.
And that's why masculinity has a decline.
I agree.
finished?
I'm
trying to help you make a point here.
I'm with you. It's
So let me ask you this.
It's this.
Let me ask you
I
this.
need the sounding board. I need the.
Oh, you need the. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I'm saying I need.
My
No.
bad. I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is
I don't want to make it one side.
I need y'all to accept the information that was given.
No, I nobody's denying. I'm not denying it. I'm hearing everything you're saying.
Confirm it. I want confirmation. That's what I want.
What?
Facts.
So you want me to condemn Black Lives Matter?
No, I want you to say, damn, that's fucked up. At least
That's fucked up. No.
that shit's fucked up. You said when I first mentioned them, you was like, oh, they help people. They help people. You said it 3 times.
Because I was gonna go into
And then
further
when I
how
showed that
help
they was fucked up, they
They
help
do
people.
help people, no, but they got other shit they do. Facts. Let's keep it a buck.
So
They-
they ain't
all the
nothing
money
positive?
is not yet. Come on now.
Y'all got it.
Come on now.
Y'all got it.
So they haven't helped racial justice. They haven't helped
No.
gun liberation.
No.
They haven't helped.
No.
Wow.
No.
So you think they rose to the level they got to just because of George Soros's money
Yes.
and by
They still was at the
only
cleaners for a
supporting
minute, right?
trans rights? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
No, that is not what happened.
Okay, fine. Black Lives Matter. We needed them, and they did.
So
something
Nova is
for-
blaming the decline of masculinity on George Soros and his funding of
I'm blaming the decline of
programs.
masculinity on neo-feminism, and I said that earlier.
Explain neo-feminism real quick for the people.
Like once again, neo-feminism. There's a difference. There's feminism where you're talking about women's rights,
Mhm.
and then there's neo-feminism where you're basically devaluing the value of men in society. 2 different things.
You want me to read the AI definition? I'm not saying you're wrong.
Sure.
Just because, like I said, that's another term. Listen, I'm old school. I'm about to be
Sure, that's
47.
That's fine.
Where is that in the book?
Go ahead.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
We can go to the book. I got some
I'm
book
just going-
stuff too. We can
No,
reject.
no.
Who wrote
once
that?
again,
We talked about the 990s from Black
It's-
Lives Matter, and it was overlooked.
no,
You know?
bro. It's so much at one time. That's what I'm saying. Let me read this. Since
Stand
we here now.
down, not stand down.
Listen, I'm just reading. Neo-feminism or neoliberal feminism refers to a school of feminist thought that emphasizes individual empowerment and agency
Mhm.
over focusing on issues like sexual and reproductive rights and individual choice in appearance, lifestyle, and sexuality, while potentially downplaying structural inequalities. This is
Mhm.
That sounds like
AI
they more
version.
focused on empowering
They
themselves.
got it. Look,
They
they
mental
got it.
and their intellectual properties other than their sexual and appearance.
Exactly. And
Nah,
I,
no
you know
funny
what?
shit. That's what it sounds like.
Honestly, I don't have no problem with people and women that subscribe to that. Those are just, I'm gonna be honest. Those aren't women that I feel like that need my protection. I shouldn't waste my time.
response. Anyone?
Why? Because they want to empower themselves.
No, be empowered, but don't make me an enemy at the same time.
I agree with that. That part.
What makes you feel like an enemy? I'm just
I
asking.
don't need no nigga.
Oh, okay.
I feel safer in the woods with a bear than a man.
Oh, that's crazy. Where did that come from?
Is that majority?
Neo-fem-
Is that majority? Because this is how you scale. This is how you scale.
Bro, I've seen dudes talking about it.
It's always 2 opinions. It's almost 3
I've
opinions.
seen
It's almost
men
a million.
talking
But sometimes
about it,
we gotta scale whether it's majority or is it like
Thank you.
in between.
I see men
Is that
talking
cool,
about
bro?
it though, bro.
Is that
It's
in between
men.
women saying that they don't? I
Who
don't
is
need a nigga?
saying
'Cause
that?
let me tell you something, bro. It's a lot of women that pop that, bro, but behind the scenes snuggled up.
But that's my
Guaranteed.
point. But that's my
Guaranteed.
point.
Is
That's
it
my
majority,
point.
bro, or is it in between? Because see, there is a community of that. Those are the women that's probably in those higher positions in the corporate field. Those are women that probably be entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
truck drivers. You know, yo, they might.
truck driver taking
they
straight
had that
back.
attitude, but
What they do to you?
no, they, you
No,
see they
he's
TikTok?
absolutely right.
They don't
He's
need a
absolutely
nigga.
right.
Any girl that can hold it, they pause. All right, I'm done. All right, but all I'm saying is, bro, it is a community of that.
I
Facts.
agree. I agree with you.
But I don't think that's majority. Bro.
Look, I myself have been able to, or at least attract women that are not on that type of time. But at the same time, it shouldn't be offensive for a man to be protective. And when I like I said, the conversation I had on the plane, all I did was say, "Oh, damn, you live on that side of town, or you walking home by yourself?" I was like, "Do anybody make sure you're okay?" She's like, "Oh, I don't need to be
You knew what she was
infantilized."
doing.
But but these are the same. But I understand that.
Yes.
But what I'm saying, these are the same women that are your college professors,
Right.
that are their managers at work,
Mhm.
and then they come home and they bring that shit home.
She probably would have
And
said
I
that
lived
if she
through
found
that
you
too.
attractive. She
Huh?
probably found you attractive.
I know she found me attractive.
Yeah.
She probably
I'm sure she did.
I'm just talking
Okay,
shit.
I find
so-
me attractive.
No, listen.
I'm just talking shit. No, don't get it. Don't
Talk
listen to
that
me,
shit,
dude.
bro.
Do not listen to me.
But my question is this, though. When it comes to that, and like I said, and I don't want to keep referring to it as taking back masculinity.
Mhm.
You just said you find women, or you attract women who still respect the normal standard and tradition of men protecting women.
Yeah.
So
You get what you get.
listen, that's a fact. But my point is these leaders that you're talking about, women, female leaders, and who they're talking to, it's a specific segment who follow them,
Mhm.
who don't have that protection or haven't had it in the past. So,
I haven't seen that.
oh, I have.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think there's a what's the word? There is like a middle, like the divide in between the women
gray area, middle area?
that's in these higher positions, women that have these high maintenance or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
The ones that Nova don't want to protect. I think that a lot of those women are having discrepancies in division between because with average men, and I think that they don't want to be submissive to just anything. And they have because they want to be. I've seen it. I've seen them talk about it. So it's there. It's just the fact of the matter of they're not going to just allow themselves. If I'm better than you, and people don't want to say that sometimes because it sounds shallow, but if I'm better than you, and I don't feel the need to have to listen to you or respect you. And I think a lot of men walk into situations where they don't have enough resources or enough stature to compete or even try to get that respect.
I
completely that's just like game, bro. That's just real deal. Like
I agree.
There's no way around that, bro. Like, and people try to make that shit work and try to make it make sense, and it doesn't. Like,
I agree with him. I agree with him to a certain extent, but how much money you make and how many degrees you have, all that shit goes out the window when they hear the window go clang in the middle of the night and somebody trying to break into your house.
Those are the
all
women
that shit goes out the window.
Those are the women that are gun trained, bro.
No, they're not.
No,
they're not.
They're not.
They better be.
All right.
Wait.
Play around and think these women out here with high heels and big butts don't.
Wait.
Okay.
Time out. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. Let me drive the boat. Hold on. Let me drive for a second. When you say stature, how would you describe that further for people who are listening?
It's definitely an aura. There's a demeanor. And there's a certain swag, and then there's also like a foundation that has to come behind that, whether it be your education, whether it be your finances, whether it be your intellect. You can't just pull up and be like, "Yo, I'm swollen. Like I know about black arts." Listen to me, my nigga.
But anybody who's falling for that.
At the end of the day, bro, you cannot walk up and expect for a woman to buy into everything that you sell if you ain't got enough for them to want to buy into.
I agree. I agree.
It's not a knack or disrespect to them. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yo, I actually agree with you.
I think there's a lot of people that try
those
to mix
same women.
It's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
And you got too many people trying to mix in different levels, bro. And we got to get back to respecting the game.
I feel that. I do.
I totally agree with respecting the game. Personally, I just feel like you have women that say that they have the utilities, like you just mentioned, to handle all the things for themselves. But at the same time, the men that they choose aren't actually protectors.
Of course,
because they never seen one, right? And then that could also fall back on some men should be accountable for that. But at the same time, I've seen a lot of women. I've met many who they'll project themselves as like, oh, I don't need this and I don't need that and this and that. But as soon as they meet a real man, all that shit goes out the window.
But it's supposed to, though.
All that shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But if you demonize that type of man, right? There's the other girl who never seen that type of man before.
Yeah.
And now she's rejecting the man she needs because she's been told by other women and other men that man is toxic.
I feel you. I hear what you're saying. But let me bring this counteraction into it.
I don't think that's majority, though.
No, well, hold on. Because we could go to that too. But when it comes down to women in that situation, like you said, or being influenced by other women and other men who tell them what it's supposed to look like, doesn't it become a point at some point in their life? They're saying, hey, this is not the answer. This is not working for me.
At some point, if they have the right influences.
But when you multiply that, by living in a city in Atlanta, where it's the ratio is what, 9-1 respectfully of men and women, and you're already making it tougher for yourself. At some point, after these, I don't want to call them mistakes, these experiences, you'd be like, you know what? I need to see what I need to be looking for. What kind of man do I really trust and can believe in?
And when a man comes along and tells you what to look for, you're gonna say, "Oh, I don't like those kind of niggas."
But the problem is
corny.
But the problem is, though,
in our community.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Right,
but the problem is, if I was, and I'm trying to look at it from their point of view, if everybody's always telling me shit, and it's the authentic man and the real man and the fake man, the dude who don't know himself, are all telling you stuff, how are they supposed to know what to really be drawn to?
If anybody's infantilizing women, it's people that make those types of arguments, because these girls will sit here and brag about how they have women's intuition and how they got all the degrees and black women are the most educated and smartest motherfuckers in America and blah, blah, blah. But you got a fucking doctorate degree and you're dating like some craziness, right?
Okay.
When is the accountability gonna fall back on them? It doesn't. Like you just said it. Like, oh yeah, well, she's been hearing this and that. I've been hearing this and that my whole life. Oh, so you heard?
You looking at this thing from like a very, very surface level, bro. It's
I think I'm not looking at it.
It's a lot of powerful women
bro,
getting under powerful men.
Let him finish, and then you can respond. Go ahead.
It's a lot of powerful women getting under powerful men. Now, don't get me wrong. It is a unhealthy ego community of women who pop it and want to live that like self-independent lifestyle. Yes, but there is a lot of women that I'm seeing like personally and watch stories, and I've seen marriages be formed from powerful women getting under powerful men. I rarely ever see them talking to the manager at Target. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm just keeping it a buck.
He make like 80
that's probably a good. Yeah, he's making probably.
I'm just saying
100 plus. He probably making 150, right? 200.
He in that sex two times a week. So I'm just saying. So I'm just saying, like,
I was worried about you, but goddamn, Corey. But
they mixing in and it's there, bro. In majority. Now it is people now that's at the bottom. That's just that you talking about. You talking about the streets, gang. That's what it sounds like.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna be honest. The streets it's
nasty work, bro.
Is ruling.
It's nasty
it's
work.
The ruling class right now in our community. As black people, we're the only community where the streets rule our community. You could be ratchet. You could be white and ratchet, and the community's not gonna embrace you. You could be Asian and ratchet, and the community's not gonna embrace you. In the black community, if you're ratchet and like you just said, driven by ego and just the non-powerful women that you're talking about, in our community, those women are uplifted. Those women run the show. Those women teach our children. That's the problem. I agree with you. I'm with a powerful woman right now, right? And I'm happy. But what I'm saying is, let's just be real about our community. We're the only community that upholds the BS that you're saying is not as common, but that's the driving force. The ratchetness, that's driving our whole operation right now.
You know why that is.
We're going down a rabbit hole. I'll tell you that first.
But no, we are. But you know why we start.
I know why it
we
is.
refer to why. You tell us.
I can blame education. I can blame media.
Keep going. Goes back further than that.
Don't let me go back to Lyndon B. Johnson, y'all beloved Lyndon B. Johnson.
Keep going. A little bit before him.
Slavery.
There it is.
Really?
That is
Okay,
not
but
Joker
you know,
card.
I
nigga.
disagree.
Oh shit.
I disagree. I think that, and this is probably where a lot of black people split on the pathway
Okay.
is civil rights,
Mm-hmm.
because but prior to civil rights, we weren't necessarily looking at slavery as the dagger,
I was about to say end all be all, but yeah,
the end all be all.
yeah.
But in the liberal party, I'm not saying I don't know I don't know what party you're part of, but if you notice, every single time black people are presented with another way of thinking or another option, their go-to is they're gonna take away your rights. They're gonna have you niggas back in chains. They're gonna this, that, every single time. Y'all are so attached to slavery. And I mean, I'm Black American. Okay. My grandparents on both sides are Americans. I have great grandparents that were sharecroppers or late slavery, right?
You're not from Barbados? Nothing?
Nope.
No Trinity? Nothing?
Nothing. Nothing. My grandparents on both sides from South Carolina.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've inherited land. We
Yeah.
got farmland, this, that, and the other. Shit. We've even pulled the slave rolls. Like we see it. You know what I mean? Like we still own the land that used to be working.
Yeah.
Right? What I'm saying is you can go ahead and blame all this stuff on slavery, but the truth is marriage rates was higher. There was more black hospitals. There was more black schools, elementary and collegiate.
You're talking about two different time periods.
No. It's not though. It's not a different topic, because you're saying, oh, slavery is the reason why black women, this, that, and the other. And I'm saying that prior to civil rights, we were much more collaborative, I should say. Marriage rates was the highest in the United States. Now it's the lowest.
Then what hit?
You gonna blame crack? What are we gonna blame? We're gonna keep making excuses?
No, we're not making excuses.
Let's talk about information. Let's just give the information.
Let's talk about information.
Let's give the information.
When I'm talking about slavery, I'm talking about the mindset of why the streets still influence us today.
The streets didn't influence us back then. The streets was whipping our backs and we was still getting married back then. So the streets was telling us we couldn't get healthcare and we was opening our own hospitals. The streets was telling us we can't do nothing and we was doing our own. Now what? What's the streets telling us now?
The CIA came
Jasmine Crockett is cool because she does a Kendrick Lamar. That's cool. What is she doing? How's she moving the needle?
All right, let's stay focused on this topic because listen, the problem is.
I'm gonna chill. Y'all got it.
No, it's not y'all got a situation. This is part of the conversation I think needs to be had. So
it's
when
goofy.
we get to this,
we're goofy. We look goofy to the whole world.
The whole world hasn't been put in slavery like we have.
Black Americans look goofy to the whole world. We not the only people that was enslaved. There's people still enslaved right now. When Barack Obama killed Muammar Gaddafi, now there's slavery in Libya right now.
That's right. I mean,
because of him getting killed.
The whole point.
But we talking about slavery now. Slavery 200 years ago was black people in slavery right now.
What my main point was, because I'm still not disagreeing with what you're saying, is the remnants and the thought process and the mindsets that we have now. The same way this first question even came up, I'm saying derives from what we've been through in slavery, and that's the part you keep dancing and bouncing around from.
So you're saying so how long is that going to be?
It's not a length of time. It's not a length. It's a change in behavior. It's not a length of time, bro. Because you know why? Why it's not a length of time thing? Because the same traits are being passed on from generation to generation to generation to generation, which is why we went through the same stuff in the 70s. We're going through the 80s to the 90s to what we're dealing with now. It's been passed on because of mindset. It has to be a change in behavior for us to understand and recognize what slavery in that mindset is still doing to us.
Okay, so
until that changes, we're going to keep seeing the same repetitive things across a mass of the same black people that you're talking about.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
So what happened after slavery?
In between then,
what was the
rights?
What was Jim Crow. But between slavery
and civil rights
what was the name of that period for black people?
The Reconstruction.
Reconstruction,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Why doesn't the party that we vote for every time talk about Reconstruction and what we was able to do during that time?
Why are we not focused? I don't want to answer a question with a question. That's counterproductive.
Why don't we talk about it?
We do talk about it.
Why does no? They not that party.
Let me be clear. I had the same issue with the Democratic Party, especially during Obama's second term and also Biden's term. Yes, they made some improvements, but for them to have the Democrats to have control of the House, or was it the Senate? Get me right.
Both.
Not enough was done. I agree with you on that. I don't mince any words about that.
We didn't even have to wait till 2021. How many cities, Chicago, New York, Boston, that got Democratic House, local government, black people do terrible. All them cities.
It's the politics of it, bro.
The politics of it.
I'm not making
we
excuses.
vote. We're the only group of in America that votes overwhelmingly for one party. The rest of the country can be split on an election. We're the only ones that we just going with one party.
I don't know if that's accurate. White man gonna vote for white man.
Look it up.
Okay.
Look it up.
Let me point on my computer like that first.
Yeah, because 92% of black women voted for the Democratic Party.
But your question was about white men, right?
No, my it's not a question. What I'm saying is we're the only group of people in this whole country that vote overwhelmingly for one party. Nobody else does that. Even the Hispanics are split.
So what party would you say white men vote for as a majority?
Republican by a margin, depending on the year.
Okay. I just wanted to know
by
what
a small margin, depending on the year. Nobody's voting 80, even 70, even 60%.
All right. National exit poll. You want to use this past election as an example? Okay. Let's do it. Gender. Are you white? 71% of white people voted for Republican president.
Okay.
This
year,
back.
But obviously Trump ran away with it this year. This was a landslide year.
That's why I asked you if you wanted me to use this year or not.
Bro, it doesn't
matter.
I'm saying is if you look up an Obama year, then it didn't look the same as this year, bro.
What you mean?
All right. When Biden was on his way out, right? Yeah. The approval rating was super low. It was like an all-time low.
Yeah, it looks like Trump's right now.
The whole country, no, it's not even that bad. Honestly. I saw a poll today.
No, finish your point. I'm gonna look it up.
What I'm saying is it's not about Obama versus Trump. What I'm saying is the country is more fluid than the black community. No matter what's going on, we're gonna vote Democrat. Whether shit's fucked up or great, we're voting Democrat. That's problematic.
It is.
We look stupid. We look stupid to the world. Every city that's all right. So forget about the president. Who's the president?
Okay.
Let's talk about local government.
I knew it.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
Okay. The Democratic Party cares so much about education.
I knew he was about to go.
But literacy sucks in Atlanta for black boys. Boston, New York, Chicago, all the cities you're talking about that are run by the blue people, education sucks for our people. Net worth sucks. So I'm not here to make this about partisan politics. I'm not saying, I'm a Republican, Democrats is bad.
You ain't got to justify. You're doing good.
Why do we why do we have to vote so overwhelmingly for a party that it's so much statistics showing that that doesn't serve us?
So you don't think that part of the education has something to do with that?
So is it the Republicans' fault that?
No. Answer what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Answer me your question. Is it the educational trajectory that we've been having?
I actually do.
So right. So isn't it a part of what's affecting how we continue to vote?
Because I agree.
Okay.
But not in the way that you're saying.
Break it down.
Because Democrats will tell you that you're stupid. The reason why you didn't vote Democrat is because you're stupid, right? After the election, I saw on CNN, it was like, the amount of people without a bachelor's degree that voted for Trump, and that's the reason why he won. Basically, they're saying if you voted for Trump, you're stupid, basically. If you voted against, and that's what they've been saying. Okay, fine. That's what they've been saying, right?
Okay.
You're voting against your interest. But if I live in a city like Chicago, right, and I'm black, and I watched Joe Biden open up the borders, and I watched immigrants come into my neighborhood and be able to do things that I'm not able to do, right?
Bro, we
and
were
I
just talking
vote
about
opposite. No, but you're talking about education, and I'm like, bro.
and now you're talking about incoming people. What are they called again?
Bro,
Immigration?
what I'm saying, okay, you know what? I'll blame it on media. I'm not gonna blame it on education, but I will say I will say that the education system is grossly liberal.
I'll ask a question. Is it your belief that then you feel as though Trump or the Republican Party would have done just a much better job at running the country, or is it just saying, hey, you already tried that, why don't you try something else?
It's both.
Both.
The first time Trump won, I thought it was you already tried that, you might as well try something else. The second time, I definitely feel like he could do a better job running the country. Absolutely.
From his first term, what do you think was the biggest impact he had?
The first term, I'll say that Trump actually was probably trying to be a politician. You know,
he's trying to figure out how to do the job. That's what he was trying to figure out.
Exactly. He's trying because he wasn't a politician.
Right.
It's like I get hired to be some shit I ain't qualified for.
Yeah,
I'm the struggle.
Exactly. Trying to figure it out.
He was so good shit and won. It was like, oh damn.
I think now he's just like, oh, okay, I see this is a bunch of bullshit, and I'm gonna just break shit. Which is what I was hoping he was doing the first time. I just want to see shit break. It's not about Trump. Yeah. I don't care about Trump. Right. I don't care about the Republican Party at all. I'm actually very pro-black. Mm-hmm. But the things that the Democratic Party is telling us is pro-black, they can't be the authority on what's black. And we've allowed them to do that since 1960. And that's why we're fucked up. And everybody else is able to advance through whoever is winning. If a Republican wins, if a Democrat wins, black other groups of people can still progress. Black folks will sit and cry and be the sounding megaphone for the Democratic Party.
Don't do that.
If they're not empowered.
That's not fair.
Bro, that's
not fair, bro. That's not fair. I'm telling you. Because listen, because you know how active I am. And I know the work that gets done and the work that continues to get done. So you can't just say the Democratic Party or all members of the Democratic Party here in Atlanta alone are doing more than that, bro. It's not fair to
why is the literacy rate so low for black boys in Atlanta?
You can't change the literacy rate from one term to another. That's a generational
Why are we
thing.
Blaming the federal government on something that
Who's
is happening?
Doing that?
I'm just asking you, if we have a Democratic mayor here in Atlanta historically all the time for over 100 years,
right?
We have Democratic local government. Why, if this party cares so much about black people and education, why is education so bad for black children here in this city? Why, when black people move from another city to Atlanta, they want to put their kids in Cobb County and all the other red counties? Why don't they want to put their kids in APS?
That's the money.
Why don't they want to put their kids in Fulton County schools?
Because of the resources. That's obvious. What do you mean? They redirected all the time.
You blaming it on resources?
No, I'm not blaming it on resources. That's what's going on.
I grew up in Boston.
What we're talking about Atlanta though, right? Are we talking about Boston? About Atlanta?
Even in Boston, they had to bus the kids outside of Boston to go get a good education.
Right.
Still, in a city with BU, BC, Harvard, Tufts, all these great schools, MIT, all this shit.
Yeah,
bro. For me, up until I moved to Atlanta, I never had a teacher that wasn't a graduate student at some of these Ivy League schools, whether it be Brown or Yale or Harvard or something. Never. Okay. Whether they was black or white. Okay. In Boston.
I feel you.
All the Kennedys, it's a Democratic city, bro. They are so inclusive and this and that. Black people do bad. It's the lowest median net worth in America.
So what's the headline?
Wait, time out. That's what I'm gonna say. So wait, time out. You don't think a part of that?
You making excuses for them?
I'm trying to answer your question.
92% of the vote. Why are you making excuses for them?
I'm trying to answer your question. I'm trying to pose this question.
Okay, but why would you pose a question? Go ahead, pose the question. But I'm just asking you. I want you to answer to me because you haven't answered none of my questions. The
You
party,
asked
the
eight
party
points,
that
bro.
we overwhelmingly vote for,
Uh-huh.
the party that runs all the cities that we live in and do bad.
By majority.
Why don't you ask them a question? Why are you asking me questions?
I was already agreeing with you, bro.
Oh, you are agreeing. Oh, you are.
No,
Because I'm not feeling it. I don't feel it.
Didn't I say
I'm not
that?
feeling it.
I didn't get the. I didn't get the ding.
Because I was listening to. I didn't know.
You do that.
Yo,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Y'all got it. Y'all
There you
got
go.
it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Thank you. That's all I wanted. I wanted a ding.
I didn't know you needed
I
validation.
needed a ding. I needed a ding.
Pause. But anyways,
Pause. Yeah, exactly.
So Boston as a city is considered as a Democratic city.
Very much
Big
so.
time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the house.
But the education is
for Black people.
is
Yeah.
trash. Or is it good?
The median net worth of a Black family in Boston is like $5. Some shit. It's crazy. It's like
So education
$13.
system overall. I mean, colleges and
Yeah,
universities.
college
aside.
is great. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just we're not there.
I was wondering where you brought that up from because you brought up all those
Even in
Ivy
Boston-
League schools, and then you didn't connect it to how that affects people in public education.
Because
Black people in public
it's an
education.
elitist society, just like the Democratic Party now. Remember how they act like they're so there for the middle class,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not. It's an elitist society. That's why all the job growth that they report,
Yeah.
almost a quarter of it is government jobs.
Well, also anytime, and it's not just all parties,
Mhm.
anytime they report job growth rates and unemployment rates, it's normally BS, especially to me because they're including minimum wage and sub-minimum wage jobs in that number. So to me,
Underemployment. Yep,
right.
they
So
don't
my
talk
whole
about
point of it is if it's not living wage worthy jobs, I don't think it should be counted. But I get my head chopped off whenever I say, well, it improved 15% in January. So what? If it's only paying $6.50 an hour, you going to work, but you're basically working to pay taxes. You're giving it to somebody else.
I agree with you.
So that's what I'm saying. When we have these conversations, we have to be accurate about exactly who we're going at and who we're trying to hold responsible.
Okay.
Like I was starting to say, and then
Sorry
you took
to
off.
cut you
No,
off.
no,
I'm
you
just
good.
passionate about it.
No, bro. Listen, we are. That's why we're here. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? We both are. I know what side you want. I'm not worried about
I'm
sides.
not on a side.
That's
I'm
what
on
I'm
our
saying.
side.
But that's what I'm saying. So
Stop
my
touching
point is
niggas
this.
with your hands. I'm sorry.
So my whole point going back to it is if we're going to hold, if and when we hold people accountable, people in office, we also have to be aware of what took place before them and what they're truly trying to change. I agree with you. I definitely think the Democratic Party dropped the ball this last term. As a whole, yes, they did some good things, but did they do enough with the power that they had? No, because we talked about it on the show. I think we talked about it last time you said, I used to be a super voter. Every damn election, I'm going to vote, right? And then I started pulling back because I'm like, yo, what are we doing right now? Why are we not making any real change? Why are we not passing the legislation that we know that we need? That's the part and the questions that I was not getting answers to. So if I'm pulling back and I'm saying, nah, I don't know if I can get behind that. Imagine how people who are on the fence are looking at it.
Let's get these sluts off campus, man.
Say what? I ain't hear you.
No.
No, say.
Let's get through the show. I feel like we got on a tangent. I'm sorry, y'all.
No,
Now, what
that's
point
why
you was
we-
making, Noah? Real quick. What's your point?
I have no point. I'm done. I'm done.
Made so many points. Yeah.
I'm done.
All right, what else we got to talk about? Wait, did you want to read some of the
Nah, I
comments?
got nothing. Go ahead.
I thought you had some comments to
No,
read.
nothing in there.
Because they, Lord, they loving you, Stack.
Really?
And by when I say loving, I mean hating. But
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Go to it. So.
That's fine. That's fine.
What you got up in there?
Oh man, oh wow,
Yeah, when they
yeah, good stuff. What's up, Steph? Hey, Keisha.
I would love to.
So-
I
so
can
wait,
respond
let me-
to whatever
no,
they
we
got to
can.
say.
I'm not sure how long ago this started rolling, so let me just say this. This is probably a few minutes ago, so I'm not sure exactly what point she responded to. So just keep that in mind.
That's fine.
It says, Stephanie says, I'm tired of all these people making choices against their own. Blame their own and not dismantle the system they are participating in. Blame women, blame black people, blame parties.
Okay.
And then S. Curtis also said, blame the damn parents for illiteracy.
I completely 100% agree with him.
That's
And
her.
I also
That's
agree
her.
with the
Yes.
statement that you said before. I agree with both. Both.
Okay.
I'm not blaming the Democratic Party for all the problems in the black community. I'm not blaming women because they don't hold the blame all by themselves. I'm not blaming men either.
Mm.
But what I'm saying is the track that we're on right now, you brought up slavery.
Yes,
You mentioned it,
all the time.
but we don't talk about Reconstruction. We don't talk about it.
Mm.
The real history of Reconstruction.
That's where we were going. Go ahead.
We took our, what was it, 87% poverty rate in 1940. By 1960, we took it to 47%.
Cut it in half.
We cut it in half. We couldn't even vote.
Yeah.
That means with our own schools, with our own hospitals, with our own just not voting for nobody, with men and women included, while being married at a 90-something% rate, which we are at less than a third of at this point. We were able to do something that we still to this day can't do.
Because of the separation of the black family.
Exactly.
Somebody else I'm sorry, I missed who said it, but they definitely said it in the comments. I'm sorry whoever said it. But no, they definitely made that point.
And then our people sit here and shit on the people on the right side, Republicans. And like I said, I don't
agree with you, Stack.
Okay.
I'm just talking about we went from the city of Atlanta public education. I was telling you how local government is making changes in that, but you didn't want to hear that.
But why
You
are we
wanted-
making changes when they already been running it?
We went from masculinity.
So we just supposed to let it go?
I know.
Just supposed to let it continue?
I want you to say the Democratic Party has failed black people.
No, I'm not saying
If you say that,
I'm not
Say
saying
it,
that.
not.
I'm not saying shut up.
that's your problem. But that's the problem with that past generation, though. That's what I'm saying, though, bro.
It's not. It's
No, it
counterproductive.
is.
It's counterproductive for me to even say something like that, bro. Because
It's not
I'm
counterproductive.
doing what you want me to do. I'm saying judging people by their individual merits and what's taking place. I'm doing what you just said you want us to do,
I got a
but
question.
you don't want that answer.
Who hasn't failed black people?
Black people have failed black people.
He said who
So
hasn't.
who hasn't?
Everybody has.
Yeah, so I don't think it's one party or the other one because
I agree with you.
has been a power bunch too. And
So the-
I don't
Not
never see us
in
doing that.
Atlanta,
Hold on, one at a
No,
time.
not
man.
in
One
not
at
in
a time.
Chicago,
One at
not
a
in New
time.
York,
One at a
not in
time.
Boston, not
No.
in Philly,
That's not fair, bro. That's not accurate at all. People
not in LA.
they complain about Eric Adams all the time in New York right now. Talking about what are you talking about?
They complain about Eric Adams because he wanted to finally deport immigrants after
That's
he
not why.
realized that the shit didn't work for him.
That's not why they complain about Eric Adams. That is definitely not why.
I'm sorry.
Especially
You know,
currently.
I'm chill. I'm
That-
chill.
Yo, we having a discussion,
Yeah.
right?
I know we're having a discussion, bro, but I just feel like it's not going nowhere.
trying to pinpoint one thing that has.
I'm not though.
No, not you. I'm just saying attempting to pinpoint any one thing that has held black people back is almost it's a fucking.
My answer to what's holding black people back is black people.
That's it. But that's my point. That's why I said when we choose it, like Democrats be doing this now, I'm like, yeah, that's great. I always said, but I don't give a damn who they put in office. Nothing's going to change unless we change it. I don't care who y'all put in office. I don't care who the fucking mayor is. I don't care about none of that shit. And until us, start treating us better, start doing better for us, start putting us first, we're gonna get the same exact result. I don't give a damn if it's red, blue, green, orange. I don't care what color you put in there.
And the last time we did that was before we adopted a party. Any party.
Any party. But to I guess not so much to Nachi's point, but like there were times in this country after slavery, after all these things, where we attempted to build things, and every single time, without fail, with no exceptions,
Arson.
it was destroyed.
Okay.
That was exactly my
That
point.
was 100 years. That was 100 years ago.
Hell no.
Mm-mm.
Tulsa was not 100
Tulsa
years
was
ago.
not 100
Okay,
years
so
ago.
y'all telling me right now. You're telling me right now.
Baby
If
girl.
y'all go over there to the Collier Heights neighborhood in
Mhm.
Atlanta right now, and you built a school and a hospital right now to service just that community, you're telling me that white people are gonna drive down there and burn down the school and the hospital?
I hate it when y'all do this. Bro, listen, there's still lynching going on. Like,
all right,
it's
guys.
not
So then, you know what? So then, fine. Then
What
They're
point you
fine,
making?
fine.
What point you making?
I'm done.
What point you making right now?
I'm done.
Why you done now?
My point
There we
is
go.
that y'all niggas is scared.
Explain that, please.
Y'all niggas is scared.
You niggas in
If y'all
trouble.
are gonna sit here and tell me that we can't build anything in America because some shit that happened 100 years ago,
We didn't say that.
y'all sit here and root for the Palestinians while they fight through their shit.
Can we
Y'all
keep this-
root for
can we keep this
no.
domestic? Can we
Just
keep
let
this
me no,
domestic?
fuck that. Let me finish. Y'all gonna root for the Palestinians. Y'all gonna root for the Ukrainians to fight back from bombs and shit that are dropping today. Because of some shit, but you'll say black people can't try again because of some shit that happened 100 years ago.
Also not what we
Oh,
said.
man.
That's
I'm-
also
I'm-
not what we said.
Y'all got it. Y'all
Yeah,
got look.
I
Y'all
don't-
got it.
I don't-
Y'all won. Y'all won.
I don't
Y'all won.
think we
We're
shouldn't try again.
We're gonna keep it up.
I think that it will not change until we do something. So I don't think we shouldn't try ever again because something happened. But I'm simply not going to ignore the fact that bro, America and any party ain't never been for us. Ever on any level, on any year.
Then why are we voting 90? Why are we even voting then?
Hey, we could vote all Republican. Guess
What's
what?
the point?
Hear me out.
One
We
at a
could- we
time,
could
one
vote-
at a time,
We could
one
vote
at a
all.
time, one at a
We could vote all Republican.
Yeah.
Is America gonna be on our side now?
I'm not saying we should though. I'm saying why are we rashing each other about voting then?
I'm about
Oh,
to
If we
nah, I
should
don't-
rash each other
I'm
about
about to
building
I'm
some
about to
shit.
put the timer on now.
That would be way more productive to me.
I'm about to put the timer on now.
That might be way more productive to me because I don't give a damn. Man, people get mad when I say this about voting, bro. I done seen both sides in the house multiple times on the local, on the highest level. I done
Agreed.
seen it, and guess what? Bro, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm getting the same results.
Is there a shortage of black doctors that could that prevent black women from not being unfairly diagnosed in the medical field? Is there a shortage of black professors?
Ask one question at a time. Are you trying to ask rhetorically? Okay, go ahead. Rock out. I'm sorry.
I'm done.
Go ahead. Just say black professionals. Go
I'm
ahead.
just saying that we have all the
Black
resources.
professors.
All I'm saying is we have all the resources in our community
Mhm.
to get the outcomes that we want if we just focus on our community. But we have this cop-out. The cop-out is voting. The cop-out is picking these political parties to solve our problems.
Mhm.
You can look at the person that you chose to have a child with. You can look at your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your cousin. If we really want to heal the community, it doesn't even have to be political at all, in my opinion. We got mad doctors, we got mad educators, we have builders, we have realtors, we have everything we need to get the outcomes that we want.
Guy sounds like me.
That's why shit like DEI is getting thrown out right now. It's not because people are racist. They're just going, damn, yeah, it was fucked up for black people for a while. Now they got doctors, they got lawyers, they got billionaires, they got millionaires, they got all this shit. They got talent. We have HBCUs and we have the best athletic talent in college sports. But we somehow can't come together and say, hey, let's all of our athletes at HBCUs make sure they get a free ride, bring the TV networks here to pay us the same billions they're paying the PWIs so that we could take this money and educate more black kids for free.
That's not accurate, bro. That's
bro,
not accurate. That's not accurate. I understand.
You know
your
what?
sentiment.
But you know what you just said. But this is what I'm saying. You telling me that it's not accurate?
It's not.
Is only going to discourage a person that wasn't scared to make it happen.
So all the other
somebody who respects an elder.
Wait a minute. Let me interject.
That's why it'll never happen.
Let me interject.
It'll never happen.
What did you just do for the last 30 minutes? But create separation between what black people are doing and what they should be not doing and who they're voting for. That's all you did.
Who cares who they vote for? You don't have to vote. You don't have to vote to make a change in our community, though, bro.
You're missing the point, bro.
All right.
Let's read some more comments real quick. All right. That's Marley.
Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all right. We just got to keep voting Democrat, and then things are going to go good for us.
Don't do that, bro.
Because that's where you at.
We're having a conversation, man.
I'm not there with it at all.
Yeah, because we're not. It's like
Huh? Weren't Republicans trying to defund HBCUs in the first place?
It doesn't matter. Why can't black people fund HBCUs? Who cares who funds HBCUs?
That's what I was trying to respond to you.
Dr. Dre gave $25 million to USC, the school with the highest endowment of all colleges.
That's $200 million. No.
White people started Spelman University. What are you talking about? Spelman College. Like, come on.
You got to stay on top of it.
I'm responding to her.
I understand, but you bounce from this to this. We talking about money now. You talking about who founded the school?
She said Republicans are trying to defund funding to HBCUs. Morris Brown College was the first black college that was founded and funded by black people.
Right.
What did we do when Morris Brown College lost their accreditation?
Yeah.
It wasn't because of education.
It's because of bad management.
Because of finances.
Yeah, because of bad management.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's not the fault of the entire race, but it's back accredited now.
I'm not blaming. Like, why are we being so defensive? Like, I'm trying to be forward. I'm trying to move forward. Y'all are so defensive. Oh, what happened? And look, the results are here.
Okay.
The literacy results are here already.
You can't try to end it like that. Go ahead.
Bro, I'm not ending nothing. I'm just saying the results are here. We can focus inward. We don't need no money from white people. We don't need no intervention from white people to do what we want to see out of our community. If we're spending $1 trillion a year, I cannot sit here.
1.8 right now. 1.8 trillion.
I can't sit here and really blame white people for anything, even if it's a Democrat or a Republican. I'm sorry, y'all.
You don't think that history is going to repeat itself if we start if and when we start to continue to unify, because we're already doing it? You don't think some other opposition, CIA, some other opposition is going to interfere with that like they've done every single time?
Burkina Faso in Africa right now.
Amazing work.
Amazing work. The leader. Okay, all right. If he asked that same question when it was time for him to man up and get it done, it wouldn't have got done.
I feel you. I understand.
So that's why I don't understand why you even asking this question.
No,
That's the
because
difference.
It matters. It matters. Being African and being in the United States is totally different.
Bro, are you serious? They had
I
the
am
whole
serious.
country of France had their foot on their neck for us over a century.
Man, it's
and they
France.
said, fuck that.
Right.
I'm gonna give you your money and I'm gonna pay that off and I'm gonna empower my nation.
Right.
And then they, instead of asking the same question that you asked, they just took action. And now you're saying you love to see what they did. But when I talk about us doing it, you're trying to scare me with some shit about Black Wall Street.
I didn't try to scare you. I'm trying to say what took place. I'm saying we need to plan and strategy.
The same thing that took place here happened in Burkina Faso too, over and over again, more recently.
It's not the same, but I understand what you're saying.
It is the same.
I'm not. Listen, what I'm saying, Sack. Listen, what I'm saying. Listen, what I'm saying. Listen. Focus. Just 1 second. Because your face is telling me something different. Listen to me for 1 second.
Thought you were done.
I'm saying clearly, and I have stated my exact plan on Facebook on what Black people need to do. I did this back in 2017. I listed and provided bulletin boards.
Farrakhan been saying it.
My point is this. We're not going to make it sound like people amongst us are not willing to sacrifice. We're not going to say that we're not willing to take on the fight.
With the shit.
We're saying we've been about the shits, man, and we still are today. So I'm saying we have to learn from what took place in history to make sure it does not repeat itself. And you're saying, fuck it, let's just go out there and see what happens.
I'm saying keep trying, fearlessly trying, just like the leader that you just gave accolades to in Burkina Faso.
So we're back to agreement nuts. Okay, cool. All right, bet. All right.
But you said be scared. You said do it scary.
I didn't say that at all.
That's how I said. That's how I took it.
That's how you took it. I can't control your perception, bro. I can only speak on what I actually
you just said, hey, well, it's good. We're gonna. It's like, bro, we got the A.
You got to work on your Knots impression first of all.
So how do Black people fight the CIA? No, I'm talking.
Y'all got it.
No, I'm missing.
Scroll. Let me see the bottom.
The other way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up and just be a law-abiding nigga and vote Democrat.
You already shot the place.
No, man.
Joe Biden's gonna save me.
Charges have been
Here
filed.
come the Celtics.
Jasmine Crockett's gonna save me.
Getting all this
with her
You got as good a chance as Joe
Kendrick
Biden.
Lamar video.
Joe
Kendrick
Biden
Lamar.
All right.
Oh God.
Good a
One
chance
at a
with Joe
time.
Biden.
Yeah,
One at a
man,
time
I
with Donald Trump. It ain't gonna matter.
Who cares about Donald?
There's nobody who you gonna put in that office that's gonna save any of us.
Exactly.
So even leaning to one side, that shit is irrelevant to me. I don't give a damn who you vote for. Vote for Jesus.
You
if you
say
want
it's
to.
irrelevant,
I
but
don't
that's
care.
not what our people are telling you.
That's
Let
cool,
him
bro.
finish.
But for me to keep pointing the fact of about both sides, I don't want to tell my people any of that. I want to tell us that we got to help us. We got to fix us. I don't care who you vote for. Vote for whoever you want. It ain't gonna matter either way. It's not going to make a difference either way.
I agree with you.
So all of that argument about either side is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's wasting time. That's
problem
all it's
is
doing.
though the party that has a grip on us, they're talking about either side, and we are receiving it and embracing it and internalizing it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
But I
wouldn't.
But I would say even if it was the other side, and let's say all of us I don't
care about the side.
In Atlanta landslide is switched. That's what I'm saying. So even bringing up the point about a side, it wouldn't matter because no side is going to help us. So even talking about either side, I don't give a damn about who you vote for. It's not going to make a difference for what we need to do. It don't matter if we completely switch to Republican. Same boat. We switch back to the blue side. Same boat.
Do you think we'll arrive to that conclusion? Because I agree with you. But do you think we'll arrive to that conclusion by being married to one side?
To no side.
No. I agree.
But I'm saying marriage to any side.
I agree with you. Yeah. But the party that we're married to, that's not their message.
They ain't giving out $200 checks, nigga.
No. Fuck the checks. What I'm saying is the side that we're married to, they're not saying, hey, Black community.
It don't matter.
Yeah. They're telling us, hey, y'all are fucked if y'all don't got us. That's their message. I agree with you. Hey, it's not about what side. Like I 100% agree with you. But the side that we voted a 92% for, right, on the women's side, and with the 89% for the Black males,
I think it was 71, something like that.
Okay.
It was high.
So overwhelmingly, we're voting for a side that's telling us that we are going to be fucked if we don't vote for them. That's the only reason why I'm saying this. I'm not saying this because I think that a political party is going to save us. I'm saying that we are voting in a way that it looks like we are counting on them to save us. That's why Joe Biden felt comfortable coming on the Breakfast Club and saying, hey, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Because he knows that niggas already in their head think, hey, if you don't vote for us, you're cooked.
Yeah.
So how are we going to get to the point that what you're saying? The outcome that you're talking about, where it's about us and we focus on ourselves. How will we get there if that's the messages that we're responding to?
I will say this because I hear what you're saying.
I want to answer to the question.
I'm about to answer you. Bro.
Okay, cool. Just making sure because I don't get a lot of answers. I don't.
It's the Spitfire questions that distracted from the answers.
Sorry,
bro.
I'm
just telling you that.
Are you gonna let him answer it, Nova?
I'm trying to.
This is my main point, and then you can respond, and everybody else can respond. To what point, stupid? The point you're making, the end all be all point of how you want us to focus on us, it gets lost so quickly because of all the other mud that you're throwing in between. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Not my mud, not their mud, my mud.
I'm just talking about in this conversation that we're having right now.
But I'm saying,
I'm talking about currently.
Okay.
I'm just talking about tonight.
Okay.
You know, I understand what's going on outside. What we do here is talk amongst us. I don't ask what everybody else thinks about outside.
Fair enough.
Okay?
Fair enough.
I'm saying your message gets convoluted because it's so much other stuff that gets in the middle of it. We argued over about the impact of slavery. We argued over the impact of what civil rights meant, when our main focus we all agree on. We need to find a way to fast forward past all of that nonsense and just get to the end all be all. How can we continue to protect ourselves and still promote ourselves and be productive for ourselves? That needs to be the majority of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Unfortunately, I feel like we're in a place where your message will continuously be drowned out by the party that we pledge allegiance to.
This is my answer to that, bro. The work that I continue to do, the work that our people I continue to work with, it's more than just a message.
It's about the fried chicken.
There's proof in the pudding, there's proof in the fried chicken, there's proof in the Hennessy and fried chicken, all of that. Hold on, let me read a couple of these real quick. Hold on. Steph said, that's not true. She said, this is exhausting. We still need to teach about logical fallacies. I think that was a while ago too.
Slippery slopes.
Go ahead. Slippery slope and ad hominem are not great for discussions. That's also a great point.
Okay.
This is the problem with the delay. We get so caught up. So
that's fine.
my apologies. No, my apologies to y'all for reading these. I understand it's not in the same context of when y'all posted these things. So, but
less Black History and more Black Future Month.
Who said that?
I'll be honest with y'all.
What up, bro?
I'm not. None of the comments that I'm hearing am I surprised with. And if I'm being honest, I'm at a point right now in my life, and maybe I'll come back, but I've given up on any critical thinking from the Black community.
Damn.
I understand
That's
I know. I'm sorry. Look. Just let me finish.
Go ahead.
Because I'm sitting here right now. I'm sitting here right now, and the stuff that I'm saying right now, I understand that we're so offended and triggered, right? Because I'm holding the party that we support accountable. I'm not even talking about the Republicans. I haven't said anything about Republicans. I haven't.
I did.
Yeah, you did. What I'm saying is this whole call, I haven't said anything about Republicans. I've talked about Black people's performance in the cities that we are the most popular.
Right.
And what I'm saying, I understand. I agree with you. Y'all, at least the three of y'all, I guess none of the listeners get it, but the three of y'all have already detected that I'm looking for the best outcome for Black people. Right?
You need a hug.
But for some reason, I have to do mental gymnastics to get them to see past their allegiance to the party and just hear what I said.
When did you go ahead? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You got it.
No, I was going to ask.
We talk about less Black history, this and that. but slavery is Black history. And when we want to talk about slavery, and when the Democratic Party want to talk about slavery and Jim Crow and all that shit, we eat it up.
Wait, first of all, if you're gonna do that,
But when I want to talk about Reconstruction, it's a problem.
No. That's basically what he was talking about, though. He said Ja Prince said less Black history and more.
See, I know Ja Prince.
I know you do.
I fuck with Ja Prince.
Can I finish my statement? What he said?
Sorry. Damn.
He said less Black history and more Black Future Month. So he's talking about the same things that we're talking about. That's what I'm saying. We're so quick to chop somebody's head off. We're not even taking in what they're saying.
But bro, we could have had a whole fucking Black futuristic conversation here. But we're too busy trying to defend the Democratic Party.
You definitely defended.
Is that what happened?
You did defend.
Is that what happened?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I just wanted it to be accurate, bro.
But you
That's it. I just wanted to be accurate.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why we can't get nowhere. If Malcolm X was here right now, if Malcolm X was sitting here right now,
yeah,
he would be talking to you the same way I'm talking to you, in the sense that he'd be like, bro, fuck them people, bro. We can do all this shit by ourselves. All of it.
If you see Nova in the streets,
if there's a Black boy in our community that can't read, it's on us.
Facts.
Period.
Yeah.
The conversation can stop there for me.
Yeah.
But because when I say that, that's offensive, right?
Yeah.
Because we as a group, we feel like we won't even have an opportunity to do that if we don't vote Republican or Democrat or whatever.
This is what I'm talking about. You're talking about us being triggered, or not us, but me being triggered. But look, come on, bro.
I'm triggered because I'm passionate about our people. You're triggered because you want to have an allegiance to the Democratic Party, bro.
Nobody said that. I just said,
but that's what I see. That's how I depict it. That's how it's gonna come off to the young men and the young women. No. Because I grew up in that.
You know, you're the only one. You're the only group. You're the only one group.
But I was able to shed it. And I
think it's something different here.
I'll be honest. I understand what it's like growing up in the cities where we populate.
Yeah.
We don't even get an opportunity to really identify what's best for our people, because nobody talks to us about the time when we did for self. Y'all talk about critical race theory. The Democrats, they say they care so much about critical race theory, but somehow Reconstruction gets left out of that curriculum. They don't care. They don't. And that's my problem, because how can we count on a party that we're voting for overwhelming? The only reason I'm attacking them is not because I'm a Republican or conservative. I don't care about them. What I'm saying is, this is who we pledge allegiance to. This is where we place our hope. We place our hope in them and what they say they can do for us, not in what we saw us do for us.
Is there a physical and mental space for us to have these conversations without bringing up either party?
In my opinion, I think there is, if everybody's mind is on that. But even today, like I said, even if I never mentioned the Democratic Party,
I didn't bring them up. I know that. Even
if I didn't mention them, the conversation's never going to go there.
What do you
because mean? Even in this conversation, when I got to the point where I was talking about us doing for self, and I talked about what we was able to do from 1940 to 1960 in regard to the poverty rate, you immediately brought up Black Wall Street and what happened.
Yes,
you immediately started fear. No, it does matter, but ready?
That's not fear.
No, bro, you gotta hear me. You gotta hear me out.
Go ahead.
That's fear mongering. Only listen. There's only one party that whenever Black people try to do something,
no. Go back. No. Finish that statement.
Right, bro.
How is that fear mongering? That's my question.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. It's fear mongering. I'll tell you why it's fear mongering. Okay.
Go ahead.
If we're playing basketball, have y'all played?
Jesus Christ.
I know he played basketball. I know you play basketball. You play basketball before? Okay. If you go into the, if you go, I'm gonna tell him.
Stack. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you want to talk to me, don't use no analogies. I can fully understand your argument. Okay. I don't need no damn analogy. It wasn't
just for you, but it's for the people that are listening.
All right, talk to them.
What I'm saying is, if
because you said over 100 years ago, Black people's stuff was being destroyed. Black Wall Street wasn't 100 years ago.
Right.
That was very recent.
When did Black Wall Street happen?
1925.
Okay,
sorry,
what year is it?
Oh shit, it's 1921.
That's 100 years.
It is 100 years.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And after Black Wall Street, they rebuilt
I
the
didn't know that
city. They rebuilt Black Wall Street afterward. Do you know what killed Black Wall Street?
What?
Integration. Not the race riot. But they're not teaching you exactly.
Break it down.
Okay.
Please.
So after Black Wall Street happened and the race riots happened.
And all the people got murdered.
All the people, first of all the people.
A majority of the people got murdered.
A lot of people got murdered and there was a lot of damage. But afterward, they rebuilt the city right back. What happened with Black Wall Street is when integration happened, Black people stopped frequenting our own hospitals and stores and restaurants and such, and went to white people's stuff when integration was instituted. That was what killed more, because there was more than just Tulsa. Tulsa was just one city. There was several Tulsas all over America.
Let's stay there. Because I'm trying to match up what you're saying.
They built it back. What happened was integration. We had more Black grade schools then than we do now. We had more Black hospitals then than we do now. So our women are complaining about not being protected, and our women are complaining about not getting equal care in hospitals. But we had our own hospitals where we was taking care of our own women. And we left our hospitals and went to white hospitals. That's why there's less hospitals, Black hospitals now than there was then.
So you think the resources were the same?
What I think.
I'm asking this. You think in that point in time, the resources and availability for people to receive medical care was equal? Is that what you're saying?
Bro, no, that's not what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying.
Listen to me. Let's just please hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
We were at that time in America, we were inventing. We were at the forefront of every industry. That's why our private communities were thriving. That's why the white people were jealous in the first place and destroyed them.
That's a fact.
Okay.
I agree with that.
And what I'm saying is when integration happened, we integrated our genius into their society.
Right.
They didn't come into our society. We left Black hospitals and went to white hospitals. They didn't leave white hospitals and come to Black hospitals. So the Black hospitals closed. They didn't leave white schools and come to Black schools. The Black schools closed.
Why do you think they closed, bro?
What do you mean? Why do I think? Google it. Google Black-owned hospitals, and you literally.
I was talking about the schools, but I could do hospitals.
You can literally see
what
that
you want me to Google?
As integration happened, we weren't doing for self anymore. We integrated into society. The necessity for our own decreased.
Okay, I just typed in what you said. Okay, this is from NPR. Hundreds of Black hospitals. Wait, I mean, make sure it's accurate. Okay. Hundreds of Black hospitals in the U.S. closed after passage of the Civil Rights Act.
Okay.
When healthcare became integrated.
Okay.
Black communities lost a source of employment and pride.
Okay.
But that was the narrative at that time. Once again, what?
What else do you want me to say, bro?
I'm
saying that our women are complaining because they said that when they go to the hospital and they say that something hurts, the doctor says you're not in pain because you got a higher threshold for pain, right?
That's a fact.
And that's what they're complaining about right now.
Right.
But they wouldn't hear that at a Black hospital, which we had more of back then before civil rights. So why can't I have that?
No, I'm not. Hold on.
Why can't our sisters have that? No, I'm saying, why can't our sisters have that? Like, why can't we keep doing that for them?
No, that's the same point that we're making, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say it clear one more time. I agree with what you're saying about how we need to take care of our own. No one is going to protect our
women.
But if
we're scared of white people burning it down, how are we going to do it?
This is the reason why they lose the message. I'm trying to agree with you, and you're still bringing up stuff.
I'm sorry. I'm irritated right
It's
now.
not. I don't know why you're irritated, bro.
Because it's just the conversation could be more progressive, Black progressive. We don't even have to talk about the bullshit. We don't.
You brought the bullshit up.
No,
bro.
you did. When I talked about us doing for us, you brought up Black Wall Street and our shit getting burnt up.
No. I was trying to talk about history and learning what took place. You were trying to say, why are we not doing this now? I was trying to justify and say, this is the reasons we're having the same restrictions and problems from progressing. Okay. That's the part you kept having an issue with.
Because I feel like if I am a young black doctor
Yes.
that's aspiring
Oh, thank you.
to solve the problem,
Mhm.
and I heard you ask that question,
Mhm.
that would discourage me more than encourage me.
How you know? Seriously,
I'm done.
how do you know that?
Because I lived through it myself.
Bro, I lived through it as
All
well.
right, you're right. All right. So fine then. So then fine. So then fine, bro. Let's keep bringing up negative memories
History.
every time we try to break a curse.
You cannot forget slavery, bro.
Okay, then
We
slavery
need to be in
owns
know of it.
this.
It doesn't own it. No, it doesn't own it. We need to be well aware of it. We still need to teach it. We also need to teach the wins. We also need to teach the
Jewish
progress.
people went through the Holocaust,
and they
bro.
bring it up every 5 seconds. What are
They
you
do,
saying?
but they still get to move forward. And every time they try to open up and take over a new industry, somebody's not reminding them of the Holocaust.
Yes, they do.
Their own.
Say the word.
All right,
Say the
all right,
word. Say the
all
word
right,
anti-Semitism right now. Watch how quickly
fine.
you get shut
So,
down.
and exactly. And so exactly. So the responses that you're giving me right now
Is what?
is exactly why we're never going to move forward.
Jesus. I don't know what that means.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to. Yeah, you'll get funding. It's got to come from white people. It can't come from our black billionaires and millionaires. Imagine if we just changed the conversation.
Let's change it.
Imagine if we just changed the conversation inside of our community to not talk about
Well, let's do it.
Black Wall Street and fucking slavery every single time somebody talks about moving forward. Every single time.
But you weren't talking about it moving forward before. But we can do that now. No, wait. Let's do
All
this.
right, bro.
Let's do this. Stack. Reset for a second. Let's take the next 10 minutes and talk about Black futurism without bringing up the past.
That's what I wanted to do from the jump.
No, you didn't.
What do you mean?
You wanted to
You didn't
attack.
bring up slavery. You did.
You
I
wanted
didn't
to
bring
attack.
up Black Wall Street. You did.
You wanted to attack a certain party and prove your point that way.
Oh
It is
God, you
very
protected
clear.
your beloved.
I'm not protecting. I'm saying what you did. Okay, 5 minutes. Court, you can do 5 minutes? Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Bro.
Y'all.
You just set it up for round 3.
We can't do nothing, y'all. We can't do nothing. Y'all
Nah,
right.
don't do that. That's a lie.
Slavery
That's a lie.
and Black Wall Street. We can't do nothing.
Can you chill for a second?
I'm chilling.
So let me ask a question this, and I'm asking everybody this.
Mhm.
If you can do one thing right now to improve the future of Black people in 2025 to 2026, what would you do? What would you do right now?
Right now,
Yeah.
I would tell us to detach our visions of Black futurism from anybody who's not Black.
Okay. I like that. I do. Well,
Hey man, the cavalry ain't coming. Like I would just tell us that. Like we got to be the cavalry.
yeah.
Nobody's coming to save us. And if they coming to save us, they're gonna have to look like us. We gonna have to save us.
Facts.
Like we drowning and all of us gonna have to pull each other out of this damn water.
Mm.
Like nobody's coming to save us, bro. Like the advantage we have though is this is we are so familiar with fighting from this point right here.
Yep.
Mm.
Like there is nobody stronger than us.
Yeah.
Right.
Like so it's not an impossible task. It's just that we have to get on it.
It's actually easy. I agree with you.
I don't know if it's easy, but I think the hardest part of it.
We spent $1 billion when
$1 trillion.
when the Black Panther movie came out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On
At
the
the box
Marvel,
office.
we spent $1 billion.
Yeah, we bought a lot of tickets. So,
we could do it. I ain't saying it's about, but
we spent $1 billion.
hey, bro, we are
okay, echo
we
effect.
the consumers.
on a movie.
We got you. We spend a lot of money on consumerism. We know.
Yeah, we got.
And I could come back to you and delve into that.
All right.
Court, you have any thoughts on what we should do, or what if you had the control right now? You could press that button, and the majority of Black people will do whatever you say this button does.
Oh, damn.
Pray. Okay.
We been praying.
I'm not mad at prayer.
Hey, prayer's good.
Right,
Hopefully, all 3 of us get to press the button at the same time.
That ass.
It's not pushing the button. Oh, I see what you're saying. The majority.
Yeah,
Okay.
like he pushed the button. he pushed the button, yeah.
All
What's
things
your-
happen.
What do you think? What's your answer, Knots?
You know
Only
what my
one.
answer is going to be. Keep teaching our history.
Mm.
That's the only way we're going to be prepared for what happens next.
Outside of, do you think that's one of the main parts of that history, or
Oh, without a doubt.
okay?
I think it's part of it, but I think that
You don't think the things that happened before slavery and the things that happened after are
You said the majority. I didn't say it was the only thing. I do think it was a majority.
I
I
disagree.
think our American history starts there. But I think the fact that we lost a lot of the king and queens that we were coming from where we were taken, I think that part hurts, man. Because to be honest with you, because American history for the for Black folks starts there. From everything I was ever taught in school, it always started there.
Yeah.
Like it didn't start from hey man, hey you was a queen, a king. Hey, the richest people in the world lived in Africa. They were Moors. Like I didn't none of that was ever taught to you in school.
Right.
That's part of the history, like you were saying.
I'll give a serious answer, man.
Go.
I think we should all teach our families and our kids and the generation coming up before us. I mean, after us, financial literacy, bro. Financial literacy and create some
agree
generational
with
wealth,
that.
so the next people use that money to create more wealth and educate each other
Agreed.
financially, so we can economically grow. I don't really care about racism. I mean, I'm gonna say it. When I say in that aspect,
you,
I'm
thank you.
not here going outside trying to war with people because of their skin color. I'm trying to see who I can up my class financially. I'm not looking at.
I agree. I agree
I'm
with
looking
you
at classes.
100%.
Listen. I'm not mad at that at all, bro.
So let's just get more
Shout out
financially
to-
literate, so we can be able to
And keep your families together.
economically, bro. We've been keeping up culturally. We've been keeping up socially, bro. Let's keep up economically, bro.
I feel that. Hold on. I do. Playmatch today. What up, Africa? She said nobody has ever saved us. Don't negate his thoughts. I think she's referring to you, Stack. Pray. Oh no, she was talking to Court. Don't negate his thoughts. Prayer without action does nothing.
I just
There
said
we
pray
go.
because I'm ready to go home. Got it. Yeah, y'all my simple answer.
Y'all want to talk to us once we get out of here?
Huh?
I'm asking y'all. Y'all supposed to
Hey,
talk
look,
to us
we
first.
got
I got questions for
No. We got round 3 coming up. Don't worry about
okay.
it. Yeah, we're gonna say
y'all. Next, I thought today I was gonna come in and ask y'all some
They
questions.
about to turn you into Candace Browns.
You asked
100. Okay, yo.
72 questions, Nova. I counted.
Candace Browns. Two questions. 2 questions. I love that. Okay. I want to ask.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One question.
Go ahead.
Not one.
I'm gonna ask. This question's for Knots.
Questions.
You're closing the show.
How
174.
empowering was it to you to learn our history of slavery, specifically just slavery?
Cliffhanger.
It was. You gonna stop right there?
Yeah, stop right there.
You was gonna get that 10 more minutes.
Yeah, he was trying to get it.
They got to work early in the morning, so yeah, we gotta go. We
Hey.
gotta wrap it up. We gotta wrap it up.
Stack.
Thank you,
No,
bro.
this shit over.
Thank you,
listen,
bro.
man.
I'm sorry. Let's kill it. Let's kill
Ain't no
it.
sorry, bro.
Kill it.
Anytime.
Nova. Put the goat down.
I'm
Hey,
just
man. Bro, one thing
trying to understand.
one thing, and I'm not saying this, bro. I just love perspective. That's why half of the show I just sit here, I'm listening like, because, bro, I like, yeah, you cannot have one without the other, and that be the problem we run into sometimes. If we all like, I gotta hear the other side. Like, I gotta hear different perspective, and I think just because your perspective is different, don't mean you against me.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not.
And I think that's the part sometimes we lose sight of
We sure
when
do.
we having these arguments.
we
It's
don't
not- it's
make
not-
our
Because we
point.
pledge allegiance to a party. That's
Oh,
why we
hell.
look at that's
Hell.
why, though. That's literally the main reason.
I
though.
know. But nah, man, always a pleasure, bro. I can't wait to have you back next time.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he froze.
Whenever that is.
They asking for you, bro.
Everybody over
They
the year.
want you back.
So next week. All right.
They
we
want
got-
I'm not against y'all, even the listeners. I know y'all think I'm on some other shit. But
Nah,
like,
man.
for real,
You on some other shit. Let's get it.
Oh.
That's
Ooh,
fine.
let's
Y'all got
get
it.
'em.
Y'all got it.
Wait.
God, it was
Own
great.
that shit.
So
No,
wait.
don't back out now, nigga.
I'm not
Yeah.
bad.
Nah, yo, be quiet, bro. Y'all stupid,
We
man.
gotta win.
If
Nah,
people,
get us out of
I will. But if people want to follow you, if they want to,
At Stackanova, Stackanova, Stackanova.
Give
Y'all
my man
can
a
follow
follow, man.
Instagram,
Instagram or everything.
X, whatever, or Facebook. Select a stack. You can join in on everybody.
Which is your platform of choice? I like to give people one, and then we go from there.
Damn, for these types of conversations, you can catch me on Facebook. Select
Yes,
a
sir.
stack.
Select the stack.
I love it.
All right, bro. Thank you once again,
Excellent
man.
conversation
Yes,
for
indeed.
you.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you, brother.
Court,
Nah, ain't no need to apologize, bro.
what we got going this weekend?
This weekend?
Yeah.
I'll talk to you Friday.
Stack, you got any spots to spend it at this weekend?
No, this weekend I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I got the little one, man. I'm
Okay.
out with my son this weekend.
Okay.
I love
Father,
him.
happy
And,
Father's Day.
and him
Take it
together,
easy.
making sure that he's not, indoctrinated.
That's
Take
that's
that blue
rich.
shirt off.
As you should mind. Will, you got anything?
Hey, man, stay out of trouble.
That's it.
Hey, it's always a goal. Hey, I don't know if this ain't the pay week, so we're gonna be in the house. Stay out of Clayton County. Stay out of Clayton.
Each and every time.
No part. Not this weekend. Hey, what am I doing this weekend? Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
What I got going? Oh, Sweet 16 kicks off. Not Sweet 16. I'm sorry. The March Madness. Yeah, it kicks off on Thursday. So Thursday night, come watch a game. Bring a date. I'm at Burn Lounge this Thursday. Burn Lounge. I'm at Burn.
Yeah,
Thursday night,
I'm
man.
coming tomorrow.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, come up on Thursday, man. We have a good time, good energy. 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. this Thursday night, every Thursday. What am I doing Friday? Friday got some private. Saturday. Thursday, come see me outside. Everything else I'm private or the rest of the weekend. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you to Twitch. Let Twitch tapping in.
And
shout out to YouTube. Shout out YouTube.
Shout out everybody in the chat, man. Y'all did that.
Yeah, Network King. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you very much. 926 The Mix. We again up out of here, man. On Tree.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.